Hello geographers and welcome to today's video. Today we'll be focusing on large-scale ecosystems, otherwise known as biomes. Ecosystems can exist on a multitude of scales, the largest of which can span countries and even continents, and we call these biomes. And the distribution of the world's biomes is impacted by a number of different things, including the climate, latitude, air pressure, ocean currents, and even the wind. And biomes are usually classified by the type of dominant vegetation found within that particular area. So for example, in a tropical rainforest, the dominant vegetation would be tropical rainforest trees, whereas in a grassland, it's going to be grasses are the dominant vegetation. Kind of in the name, isn't it? Let's get on with it. Biomes form in large belts that run parallel to the lines of latitude. So they run from east to west around the globe. And the aforementioned factors, so things like climate, air pressure, ocean currents, that kind of thing, will in turn impact things like moisture and temperature, which in turn impacts the distribution of the world's biomes. So for example, we can see that tropical rainforests have formed a belt running around the equator, whereas we've got the hot deserts, which form belts near the tropics, and then we've got the tundras, which form belts high up in the northern latitudes. And as a little side note, you'll notice that there's only tundra found in the northern hemisphere. There's none down south. And the reason for that is that there's no land in the southern high latitudes where tundras would form. So they can't form in the ocean. Kind of makes sense. So tropical rainforests, they can be found near to the equator. They're found where there's high temperatures and high rainfall. This in turn creates ideal conditions for plant growth. And as a result of that, there are numerous plant species, and in turn of that, there's numerous animal species. And so what we have is the most biodiverse ecosystem / biome on the planet. Approximately 50% of all known species are found in the tropical rainforest, even though it only covers about 6% of the Earth's land surface. Hot deserts, they're found roughly 30 degrees north, 30 degrees south, and they're formed from subtropical belts of high air pressure. This high pressure leads to a lack of cloud cover, which in turn leads to a lack of rainfall. This in turn creates the world's hot deserts. So voila, remember, deserts are not created through temperature, they're created through a lack of precipitation. A lack of rainfall creates deserts, not temperature, remember that. And as a result of these extremely hazardous and hostile conditions, plants and animals also need to be extremely adapted to survive in those conditions. Tundras are characterized by low-growing plants that have adapted to retain moisture and to retain heat inside themselves. Because, after all, the tundra's climate is very, very windy and very, very cold. And the tundra is a very fragile environment. It's very susceptible to man-made changes and development. And so that's the world's biomes. They're very unique, they're very diverse, and there's lots of them, more than just the 3 that we covered in today's video. But I don't have the time to cover all of them. That would make this video like 40, 50 minutes long, which no one wants to watch 50 minutes of me rambling on about plants and biomes. And don't forget, these videos aren't standalone. They are part of a wider series. And we will be investigating some of these ecosystems as the series carries on, particularly hot deserts and particularly tropical rainforests. So do stay tuned for that and all the goodness that will come from looking at those. It'll be interesting. I like tropical rainforests. They're good fun to look at. And as always, it's time for you to pack up, check out the worksheet in the description below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, go follow me on TikTok, do a million other things, and hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Hello geographers and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be focusing on large-scale ecosystems, otherwise known as biomes. And the distribution of the world's biomes is impacted by factors such as wind, air pressure, climate, latitude, the amount of land available, even ocean currents can all impact where that was so good and I'm ruining my bow. Found hot, what? I don't think I'm okay.